What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. Got a really exciting but quick review for you guys today. Just picked up the brand new Dior Homme Sport reformulation for 2017 and looking forward to sharing my thoughts for you guys. Here it is. Don't worry, I'm going to show it to you a little bit closer up in just a second, so be patient. Now, I don't know if any of you guys saw my fragrance performance wish list video. I'm sure most of you did. If not, I'll leave a card up here somewhere to check that video out. The old Dior Homme Sport from 2012 was on that list in its original form, and I think I had said, man, I hope Dior considers, reformulating this or making it stronger, making it last longer. Just kind of threw it out there, and I said, oh, who knows what 2017 will hold. Lo and behold, February of 2017, out comes Dior Homme Sport reformulated. And the performance has improved. We're going to get to that in a sec. First thing we're going to talk about is something I never talk about. I don't think I've done this since my Dior Sauvage review, which was months ago. But we're going to take a look at the presentation. I don't know if any of you guys care, but we're going to do it anyway. Here we go. Look at the box first. It's just like the past boxes from the past formulations. Has the logo there, has this ridging on the box that gives it a nice texture. There's not much else to it. I'm not going to talk about the inside. I don't really care about that. There's the box. Here's the bottle. And I've always loved this design, this Dior Homme design for all of the fragrances in the line. Rectangular, a nice heavy glass. The cap is plastic, but it feels good. Like this little like, inner cap in there. You have a lot of nice detailing, like the CD logo there. You have the CD logo on the top of the sprayer as well. You have Dior Homme around the ring there, around the ring of the atomizer with this little red ring. The silver and red looks great. I've always liked this black straw that goes down the middle, like an outer straw. And this is the 125 ml bottle. This is a new size for the Dior Homme Sport line. And this is what will really designate the difference between the two if you're looking just by bottle alone. If you see this size, you've got the right one. On the bottom, we have some of the usual info where it was made, which is France. It's an EDT, obviously. And I think that's the batch code here, the 6Y01. Anyway, so that has been the presentation for Dior Homme Sport 2017. Okay, let's jump into the scent of this thing. Here it is. This was not my scent of the day, but I have been wearing it for the past 3 days since I got it. Unfortunately, my timing was bad, and we had a lot of warm weather up until I got this thing in the mail, and then it's gotten cold again. It's supposed to warm up. I can't say that I've gotten its optimal performance, but I can definitely sense it just by being inside and wearing it and smelling it and kind of have an idea of how this thing smells and how it performs. So I'm going to give you a glimpse of the sprayer, which is great, as all Dior sprayers are. I'm just going to put some on my hand here. Oh yeah, so you get a nice mist that you can actually control based on how much you press down. So off the top, oh yeah, you're going to get that blood orange. It's kind of sweet, very zesty, very juicy, bright. The lemon and the blood orange are working together right away. And it's spicy as well, but not super spicy. I think there's pink pepper in there, so it's spicy, but it adds kind of a rosiness to it. So I think that's a little bit where the sweetness comes from too. But I think there's also nutmeg, which could add to some spice, but I don't really pick that up that much. What you're gonna get is a sweet, juicy, zesty orange/lemon up top with a little bit of spiciness to it. Now that scent that you get is going to be pretty linear throughout. The only thing that's gonna tone down is the spiciness. But the sweetness, the slight sweetness I should say, stays there. The zestiness stays there. And again, it's very bright. Now this thing, it projects pretty freaking well, especially compared to the last formulation. Probably projects off my skin in a good radius for up to 3 hours, I'd say. Overall longevity on this thing, up to 10 hours, at least for me. Now, don't get me wrong. By like hour 7 or so, it is pretty close to the skin, basically a skin scent, but it lasts. And this is, again, a big improvement from the original formulation. Now, a lot of people have been complaining that, oh, this isn't Dior Homme Sport as I remember it, mainly because no ginger, no iris this time, especially that iris, which is, you know, characteristic of the entire Dior Homme line. It is really interesting that they decided to exclude it. But I think what they were going for, man, it smells great. I think what they were going for is a slightly more modern, as they said, more modern version of it, and maybe even safer and more masculine version of it, because iris can be off-putting in the sense that many men can find it a little bit too feminine to wear, and even some women might find it too feminine for a man to wear. But I think it's mainly men who just have a problem with that note. So they figured maybe they'll sell more to the mass market if they get rid of that iris, just make it a no-brainer. Yes, this is a masculine fragrance. It's going to be fresh and uplifting, perfect for the summertime, perfect for the springtime. And not only that, but for a fresh fragrance, it is going to last, and it is going to be able, you know, to be sensed around you because the projection is good. So I think Dior hit it on the marks with this stuff. Now, in terms of my ratings for this, it is a little bit too early. I wanted to get this review out there to basically give you guys my initial thoughts, but I can definitely give you some ratings on how it has projected and performed on my skin. But in terms of the social aspect of it, not just yet. I want to wear this thing for probably a good month, at least into the spring and into the heart of the summer, when it starts to warm up even more and hopefully become even more present, so compliments and all of that can be considered. For the scent, this is getting a 10 out of 10. Beautiful scent. I have no qualms with it. Some people are like, oh, it doesn't smell like Dior Homme Sport. It really still kind of does, honestly. It doesn't have that floral nature from the iris, that lipstickiness, which was very subdued in the other formulation previously, but still very apparent. Here, it's not there at all, but I have no problem with it. Still smells great, undeniably pleasant in my opinion. 10 out of 10. For the performance, I give it a 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for me would be beast mode. 9 out of 10 is still really good. It's going to last, it's going to project, and especially as good as it does for a fresh fragrance. But I wouldn't call it beast mode by any means. In terms of number of sprays, 3 to 4 sprays. That'd be just fine. I do a few around the neck and on the chest, and you should be good to go. Versatility, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And this is solely based around how it can be sensed around you, not based on what it smells like. I think you could wear this all year round. It'd be fine. You wouldn't be offensive in any environment at all. You'll definitely smell it better in the warmer weather, but it does have a little bit of oomph to it to push through cold, but not so much as other fragrances that are suited for that. In terms of the actual scent character, yes, it's bright and uplifting, it's fresh, which is perfect for summer and spring. But again, it's not going to be offensive in colder weather too. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, simply because it could be worn, but it's probably not going to be sensed all year round. Compliments, again, not applicable right now. I didn't get any compliments in wearing this the past few days. So we'll see what happens with that later on. In terms of the value, I think it's a great value, honestly. I'm going to give the value a 9 out of 10. I only give it a 9 out of 10 because, yes, I did spend more than I think I would like to spend on any fragrance, but I really wanted to get my hands on it because Dior's are some of the most frequently counterfeited fragrances out there. If you're getting a Dior fragrance from anywhere other than a private seller who's swapping it with you, maybe on a Facebook group or something like that, or from Dior themselves or from a retail store, you could be dealing with a fake or something of the like, and I don't want to deal with that. So because of that, Dior's prices usually don't dip all that much. So for a 125 ml bottle, you're looking at a little bit north of $90 US. So just be prepared for that, but I think it is worth it, especially for the performance that you get out of this thing. You're not going to have to douse yourself in it, but please don't do that with any cologne. But you're not going to have to put a whole lot on to be noticed. So the bottle will last you. So I'd say the value is good, even though I never spend that much money on a fragrance. I think I've only spent that much one other time. Otherwise, all my other fragrances I've gotten for cheaper than that. And that's how I like to keep it, but you know, that's just right now.